today is our last day. And our Tudong, I think you have heard of Tudong, right? And usually when you heard of Tudong, you find a group of Thai monks. And those, Tudong is coming from the Dutanga. It means that one who practice the so-called, Kuxing, it's not really that, what we think like, you know the meaning Dutanga, first of all? Huh? No. Dutanga is like ascetic practices, okay? Like ascetic practices means that, during the ancient days, monks don't stay in one place. They have to move around from place to place. And then while they are moving around, they will ask for, they will go around for food, and then they will, during the Buddha's days, Buddha also practiced this. And during his time, there was no transport, okay? The only means of transport is 11, okay, walking. Then the Buddha has to travel from one place to another place, okay? While traveling, the Buddha also will take this opportunity to go for the Pindapat, and then settle down in one place, and try to enlighten, as many as possible, many people as possible, all right? So this is how the ancient practices are all about. When we talk about the Tudong, there was what they call a mission for it, right? We are not just only Tudong for the sake of exercise, for keep the body fit or anything like that. But I think as we go for Tudong, we are not only carrying, the Buddha's teaching, but I think more important is to, let people know that, we have a mission and vision, and that is for the good of the many, okay? Like the Buddha says, Bahujana Hitaya, Bahujana Sukhaya, Attaya Hitaya Sukhaya, Deo Manusana, okay? So, this is our mission, right? Usually, we live in the very comfort zone, right? Especially in Malaysia, right? We are not so used to go out and then to travel from one place to another. But I think this is a very good opportunity, for our local sanghas, to experience, and you see, we have a common theme for this Tudong. That is work for unity and harmony. Okay. Usually Sangha, find difficult to get along, easily. Especially we have a lot of these tzaphe, the habits. Especially a lot of Malaysian monks, they ordain not from the young age, they ordain at their very mature age, and then everyone carrying their own habits. Okay, so this Tudong I think is a very good opportunity, right, to get all people along, right, especially the Sangha, because this one is meant for the Sangha. And then throughout, these 6-day Tudongs, we try to, to keep that kind of peace, harmony, and, you understand what I'm saying? It's not easy. In the temple, monk can easily, create that kind of unnecessary conflicts. So throughout these Tudongs, then we have no other choice but to live, harmoniously, especially when we are traveling to one place where the place is very unknown for us, right? Then we have to really work together and prepare for food, okay? Prepare for our place to stay. You see, all these things require a lot of effort, collective effort from the Sangha. You see, and then from there you find, Sangha can get along.
Activities together, so they would have sort of a teamwork. Bhante.
But
right.
Usually in the temples, everything's well taken care by the lay people.
This is a city monastery.
Imagine that when you travel to one place where no any lay people to support you, but you yourself have to work for it, then this is how the unity comes out. Okay? Especially along the road, we got the car to send you from one to another place. You have to walk. Isn't it? No matter how painful your leg, you still have to walk. right? And nobody fetch you from one place to another. And then that's how, the Sangha came in, to support you, to give you the medicine, to care you. So all these things require a lot, the collective, the unity of all the Sangha. You see, so we find that, throughout this Tudong is really a training, especially for our Sangha's training. I have to say this because, you're all going to be a Sangha, isn't it? Why look at me like that? Yeah. Well, you're not prepared for it. Practice letting go. Letting go. Why you want to keep this? Just let go all your possession. Let go everything. In fact, you own everything. Okay, the moment you let go, you own everything. Yeah, today I'm just a very short talk about on this four divine abiding, right? And Pali is called Brahmavihāra. Okay, and we had to drill Brahma. What does Brahma mean? You know Brahma? What is Brahma? You know what is Brahma? You know the Hindu god? The Brahma is a creator god, isn't it? Huh? Yala. Brahma Sampati, isn't it? So he requested the Buddha to preach out of compassion, isn't it? Yeah. So you see the Brahma, we find one very interesting things in the Buddha's teaching is that the Buddha uses a lot of this what they call the term, the Hindu or what they call the Brahmin term, that found in the Brahmanism. You see, the Buddha used the same word, but the Buddha reinterpreted it, give a new meaning to it. Right? Instead of using Brahma as a creator god, but the Buddha used the word Brahma to mean live a life of purity. Okay? I mean, that's why in Chinese we call fan xing, the fan. Doesn't mean that you have to be a creator god, but the fan also can mean life of purity. Okay, so how to lead a life of purity? There are these four. It means that we have to cultivate these four virtuous quality. Okay, so we will look at it. But before that, when we talk about the meditation, because besides talking about the samatha or vipassana, I believe you have all known about it, right? Say like the word samatha and vipassana. What kind of impression you have? When I was young time, I was very confused because, teacher used to come, different group of Buddhists will come to me. Hey, what practice you are teaching? Are you teaching samatha or are you learning samatha or learning vipassana? I was like, what is this? Then as we grow up, then we discovered that, in the Buddha's teaching, there is no such thing called samatha and vipassana meditation. The Buddha only teach meditation, okay? But when we are talking about the meditation, bhavana, there are these two aspects, the aspect of calmness and the aspect of insight, okay? Aspect of insight. But the Buddha also said, as your mind is concentrated, right, you see things as they are. So that is to say, samatha and vipassana to the Buddha's teaching are essentially important, okay? So there is no separation. If you're talking about the pure samatha, it means that this is the practice only confined to the heretic practice. It doesn't conduce to your attainment, okay, of insight or the realization of Four Noble Truths, okay? So you can see that as we want to acquire the insight, we need to train our mind, to calm down, okay? So this is one aspect of it, right? Then another aspect of meditations that require anusati. Anusati, anu mean, subsequently, gradually following, you see. Sati mean mindfulness. So it means that, this anusati, I would consider this Brahmavihāra, okay, the recitation, because this one requires a lot of recitation, You cannot just be there and then keep quiet, just bingong like that. You have to recite certain thing, okay? You have to recite certain thing, and then make that recitation, be part of your practice. Okay, so that requires a lot of training, constant training. Okay, so let's say, for example, the practice of loving kindness, you have to wish yourself to be happy. Okay, and then wishing others to be happy. Okay, so this kind of happiness require a lot of training. Okay, so that kind of training require a lot of training. So it's called the anusati, and it require the recitation also, recitation. So this is called the anusati. Okay, but as you practice the breathing in and out, that one doesn't require recitation. In and out, Lord, that's all. But anyway, throughout these 6 days Tudong practice, I have a very good sharing. You see, throughout these 6 days, initially I thought, I don't know whether I can succeed or not. Over 100 kilometers, you see. Anyway, it's a bit struggle for me. Should I? But anyway, because I'm the organizer, then I have no choice. But anyway, out of compassion again, because we want to get other monks, to join us. But anyway, the very first day I had my own training for this. Tudong means doesn't you work, and then you don't know what you are doing, and then you always keep your time. You keep looking at your clock. Why? The time stagnant, doesn't move. But anyway, then later on I realized that there is a skill for it. You see, for every type of meditation, there is a skill. Okay, and the first of all is the what do you call a very clear object. We call it alambana. Okay, the alambana object. It means that while working. Let's say like when you are in the sitting meditation, right? Breathing in and out is your object, isn't it? As you stick to the in and out, then you will find that your mind got transformed. Okay, so you find these 16 stages of transformation, right? Or we can say that these 16 stages of experience. You will find that as you continue. Your mind is transformed. Okay, you will become elated, become very happy, and then eventually your mind become very calm, very quiet. Okay, and then you see, so this one we call it a transformation, isn't it? You can see that a lot of changes as your mind firmly stick on one object. Okay, so you have the very clear object. So similarly also, we learn to go for walking meditation. Our walking meditation only very short distance only. Walk. Afterwards, you find that, it's quite true, isn't it? Yeah. Then anyway, I learned a skill in the Tudong walking. In fact, it's a kind of walking walk. Walking, what do you call? Yeah, walking Tudong, walking. Then I have my own method, okay? Of course, we have to apply the mindfulness and the awareness into all our practice, okay? And mindfulness here referred to sati, okay? And the awareness here referred to sampajana or sampajanya. These two words, right? What is sati? Sati means you need to have a very clear object, okay? As you are doing your sitting meditation, the sati is your in and out breathing. Okay. Then how about walking meditation? You cannot do in and out, no. But your walking meditation is your footstep, be it whether left or right. Okay. Left and right is your footstep. Okay. At least you know that as you are stretching your left, you know that you are left, right, and as you are stretching your right leg, you know that right leg. Okay. But you apply another one. That is awareness, okay? Awareness that means you know what you are doing. As you are stretching your left leg, you know that this is 1. Right leg, 2. Left leg, 3. Left leg, 4. Right leg, and left leg, 5. Right leg, 6, okay? Then, my experience tell me, as you count to 1,500 kilometers, 1,500 steps, okay, you will get exactly 1 kilometer. 1,500. Okay, if I want to travel from one place to another, 5 kilometer, for example, then I have to have 7,500 steps. Enough. Not so long, isn't it? If 5 kilometers, wow, 紧张会 But 7,500, sub soy lah, isn't it? So what I want to say is that as you have mindfulness and awareness, okay, then your mind become quite satisfied, all right? Because your mind is trained, and then your mind won't go around. Your mind become very, very focused, okay? And then not hanging around. Your mind become very, very, very focused. You know that if I count from 1 to up to 7,500 steps, then I will sure get 1 kilometer. Even without clock also, if you can continue like that, another 5 times 7,500, you sure will get 5 kilometer. Okay? So you can see that as you work like that, your mind become, focused, not scattered around. And you know that my destination is coming closer and closer. It's just like if we are following the Buddha's teaching very closely, right? Then we know that, you will soon attain a nibbana, okay? You come close to it, you see? So, so this progress is really very, satisfactory. Very, very happy, elated. So these are all very good experience. I mean, this is something I want to share with you. And I have already walked for 105 kilometers. Yuan ma? No, 105 kilometers. Then you calculate lah, 1 kilometer, 1,500 times 105. Step. Just relax. Again, because I train my Sangha members to walk quietly, okay, with the same pace, same timing, and then, and the other experience they're sharing is that they feel very, very peaceful. And there is no pain at all. You see, there's no pain. Barefoot, tampok kangko lah. But of course, you want to be barefoot, welcome lah, but not recommended lah. We are still very our leg is very fragile. Oh, that's why the leg got koyak already. No, usually 1 hour 4 kilometers. 4 kilometers. Okay? Yeah, calculate now. All these require a lot of mathematics. Oh. Oh, about 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, then I can realize what is the effort that is, the time that is taken.
Okay, we come back to this Brahmavihāra, okay? As we recite, you see, as we are doing this anusati, that require a lot of recitation, okay? It's not in the meditation, you just diam duduk, no? You know diam duduk? Chinese, 静坐嘛, 静坐 means diam duduk, huh? So, then, that doesn't require any recitation, but as you recite the Buddha's name, Buddha's virtues, or this Brahmavihāra, that require a lot of recitation. Okay, so here I want to emphasize is that the recitation, okay, is very important in our Buddhist meditation. Okay, so here I quote, "Raise your energy vibration." This one is from this Dr. David Hawking, right? And Einstein said that atoms are energy. Okay, the reason you can hear my voice because of the transmission of atoms. Okay, and transmission of atoms. And then some people said that Buddhism is very scientific. Yeah, what kind of scientific is that? Quantum physics, and discovered that atoms and subatoms are in fact composed of energy. Okay, and leading research on human consciousness showing that this energy vibrate on the scale of consciousness. The more we develop energy, the more we find joys and peace, and finally, enlightenment. Okay, so this is very scientific approach lah. It's a scientific approach. I want to show you that as we recite this, okay, first of all, we have to understand what we recite, like in the Visuddhimagga. Like say, for example, you want to practice this, Buddha Anusati, okay, Buddha Anusati. Buddha Anusati is a recollection of the Buddha's virtue, or Buddha's name, or Buddha's qualities, like that. Then, first of all, we have to do the recitation. Okay, we have to recite it like Itipiso, Bhagava. Okay, as we as we recite this, it's also carrying the transmission of what they call atomic transmission. The reason you can hear my voice is because of the transmission of atoms. Okay, okay. If my voice is very rough, then the moment you listen to my voice, hate it. Try to run away from it, isn't it? But if I'm using a very good voice, okay, then you may find it very soothing to listen at it. And you find like, people spend a lot of money to listen to the singer because they want to hear the good voice, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, you see, this Buddha Anusati or Brahmavihāra chanting, we have to use you have to recite Pali first of all, okay? And a lot of people said, no, Pali is not important. Pali is already that language, you see? But don't forget, Pali is the words of the Buddha. It carries a lot of weight. It carries a lot of weight, you see? And these are the words spoken by the Buddhas, all right? As we recite these words, we felt we are with the Buddha, isn't it? I think these are the first inspirations that we have. Right? And then, of course, a lot of Pali has been translated into Chinese or English, but it loses significance, especially the English is very hopeless. Because everybody tend to translate in a different, different meaning. The A would come, oh, your B translation is not good. And then I propose my own translation. Then the C would come in, no, your B also not good. Then they propose their own translation. And now we got confused. Because, you know why? Because the words doesn't carry the meaning. Not as powerful enough, right? But Pali word only one. You don't need to translate. Yeah? So that's why we encourage people, all right? Since Maha Vihara provides Pali, training, go and enroll for the course and study well, right? And you will find satisfaction, right, while reading the Pali language, isn't it? Because we felt as we recite the Pali, we are with the Buddha, isn't it? Okay, this is one thing. And the second thing is the meaning, of course, meaning, yeah. If not, then we are no different from the parrot lah. You ask parrot, 你吃草, then the parrot will say that, 你吃草, like that, no? Okay, then the third one is visualization. Visualization, okay? So visualization is also very important part of our Buddhist meditation, okay? Like for example, like in the Visuddhimagga, they will teach you, okay? Then you visualize, okay, in front of you, seated a white Buddha statues, okay? And that Buddha statue smiling at you, right? So you can contemplate, if you smile at the Buddha, Buddha smile at you, you feel so much happy, in your practice, that kind of practice. So you see, all this require a lot of techniques, a lot of training, but one thing coming back here is the recitation, okay? So it means that when we recite, do any kind of anusati, recollection, that require chanting, okay? Don't say that Pali is no more important because you can see the Buddhism carry on from 2,500 years. Monks and nuns, okay? From generation to generation, you see the carrying so difficult, okay? The original message of the Buddhas, carry until now. So it is also like that. It is also our responsibility, to bring forward the Buddha's original teaching. Okay, so I don't know. Are you the Mahayana? Okay, Mahayana. You see, their sources are Sanskrit. Okay, for Pali, for our Thero tradition, our source all in Pali, and then they are from Sanskrit. So you find that you had the Pali tradition or the Sanskrit tradition. Yeah, unfortunately, for the Sanskrit tradition, they have all translated from Sanskrit into Chinese. Okay, and then you find that all the original Sanskrit sources are disappeared because no more find interest in learning. In learning the Sanskrit, the original Sanskrit, and they have all translated into Chinese. Okay, and then, but now of course, it's good thing about Chinese is that you can standardize. You find that like in Mahayana chanting, they have all the very standard version one. Not like our English. We don't know which version we have to use. Then end up we have to come back to Pali. Everybody claim their version is correct. When we look at the translation, again, I think, anyway, we still have the very living tradition keeping the Pali. So we should take this opportunity to learn Pali. I mean, this is one thing. And the Pali, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, when we talk about Pali, right, they require a lot of sounds. Okay, a lot of sounds. I don't know. Usually, many years ago when I was in Hong Kong, okay, while I was doing my research, and then we also had many other students also doing the similar research on the sound research. And then they called me, asked me to record a short chanting. And I recited this Namo Tassa and Buddhaṃ Saranam Gacchāmi, and then they have a group of students listening to my voice, and then they have this, and they check their, What do you call that machine, No, to check your vibration, your breath. Yeah. Suddenly the words doesn't come in my mind. But anyway, they will check your brain, and then they attach all kind of sensitive things onto your head, and then they ask you to listen, all kind of music. When they come to my music, come to my chanting, something very, very inspiring is that it gives me a lot of confidence. And then many of these students, they are not Buddhists. They may be like Christian, maybe Catholic or non-believers, but they don't know what I'm chanting. They just listen a set of different sounds, they call it. Different sounds, So the moment when they come to my sounds, then something interesting occurred. They check that the students, the vibration, the head, is very, 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 very stable, very, very calm. So my conclusion is that, the sounds can affect the brain, Isn't it? The sounds can affect the brain. So, and they of course play all kind of music, like the music is a very rock music, and then the mind is so terrible, And you can see that the vibration is so huge, but they play different songs. They want to get the data. How's your brain react to these different sounds, Then when they come to my part, they don't know who we are, but anyway, they just play the sound. Then they notice that the students are able to react, my sounds very quietly. As they listen to it, their mind is not so much of fluctuation, but more stable. More stable. So that's giving me a lot of confidence. Then my conclusion is that, the chanting can bring, your mind, soothing mind. Can give you a peace of mind. So, and then when I combine these together, for any types of meditation that require anusati, we probably can do the recitation first. So as you have prepared yourself, then your mind is able to get into the visualization. So you see, before doing visualization, the initial part of recitation become very important part of our practice. Okay, then again you have to do in Pali lah, huh? But you have to do in Chinese and in English unless you have the background music lah. But in Pali itself, I think no need background music. Okay, I don't know whether you agree with me or not. Sri Lankan tradition, they have a very good soothing, the whole night chanting, using a very melodious chanting without any music background. And people are drawn to listen to those music because they feel so peace, so calm, and so joyful. So at the end of their listening, and then they feel so much energetic. Okay, yeah. You see here when we talk about the sounds, here you have this guttural sound, palatal sound, retroflex, and dental and labial. And then you have another one. This is what I myself call it harmonizing syllable. All right, it's a nasal sound. All right. Okay. Anyway, just have a quick look at it, Like for example, the guttural. Guttural means 喉咙. Guttural is like ga, gaha, ga, gaha. And then the last part is the nasal sounds. Nga, nga, right? The palatal sound is like ja, jaha, ja, jaha, nya. Okay? Palatal sound. Sang retroflex like da, daha, da, daha, na. And then the sounds, you touch your teeth. The, na. Labial sound is the most easiest one. Ba, baha, ba, baha, ma. Okay? Yeah. And then you have another sound, it's called Okay. Like you recite the Buddhang Sanagachama, you used to hear the Indian version of, it's very soothing, like Buddhang Saranang Gacchami. I'm not good at Sri Lankan, but anyway, I just show you that chanting is very important. Okay, in our practice of all kind of meditation, chanting is very important. Dhammang Saranang Gacchami. Okay, isn't it? More than okay. No more okay, is it? Okay lah. Okay, so these are the sounds what I want to refer. And this Pali or even in Sanskrit also, they gives a very comprehensive sounds. Okay, that we don't find in Chinese nor in English. That's why we should treasure the opportunity, right, to learn Pali. If you want to practice. Okay, I mean this is at least the requirement. And you find that these sounds vibrate the inner organ, which bring about peace and calm in the mind, eventually lead to concentration of mind. So when our mind concentrated, which she thinks is there. So you find that the aspect of concentration and aspect of insight into the Four Noble Truths are one. In fact, they are not two identities. They are all one. Why we want to practice, we practice the samatha, so-called samatha, the calmness, because we have to get ready for our seeing into the Four Noble Truths, isn't it? So they are complement each other. Okay? Okay, now I'm giving you this level of consciousness. Okay, this is not my one, but here, if you look at this level of consciousness, we are talking about these are all different energy level. Sometimes we talk about energy. You have negative energy, you have positive energy, or you have a transcendental energy, or whatever energy you call it. Okay, the energy, right, affects your emotion. Okay, say like if we have a very low energy, your mind full of anger, full of jealousy. Okay, then I would say your energy is very low. Okay, if your energy is low, that energy also affect other people, isn't it? People who may associate with you also, they feel very, 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 very unpleasant. Okay? They try to avoid you, try to run away from you, right? But if your energy is so good, they try to stay for a while with you, isn't it? Or they want to be a friend with you, right? Isn't it? Okay? So you see that this energy, if you look at our Buddha's teaching, the Buddha said, we avoid the evil, do the good. Okay? Avoid the evil, do the good. Okay? What is this evil? Right? Doing bad thing. Because if we are doing bad thing, right, we are creating ourselves bad energy, isn't it? And we try to do good thing because we want to raise our energy to the higher level, right? Then how about the sachitta pariyodapana? Okay, we have to purify our mind. And how to purify it? Through the calmness and the insight into the Four Noble Truths. Okay, into the nature of reality. Okay, so yeah, so we talk about how to purify the mind. It's not to make your mind so pure. I cannot do this, I cannot do that. No, a lot of people have that misunderstanding. They said that since I observe this vinaya, that vinaya, no, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Because I have to keep myself so pure. Is that the purify the minds like that? No, isn't it? You see, the whole of Buddhist practice is about how to getting rid of our defilements, isn't it? Yeah, and all these defilements will give us low energy, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, you see all this energy, shame la, guilt la, apathy la, grief la, fear la, desire, anger la, pride la. You see all of the zone, they're stuck in the negative emotion. Okay, and then you find the level zone, better zone. You have courage, trust, optimism, forgiveness. Yeah, okay, not so bad. Not bad. You can say that a slightly good energy. Yeah, you have, right? And then you come to the level 2, right? You have more understanding. Oh, this is very good energy now, right? But when you come to the level 3, starting from the 500 onward, here, because this word this energy is coming from the West, so they use the word here also to refer to the what they call the unconditional love. Okay, when you talk about the unconditional love, it means that it's a loving kindness. Okay, and then together with respect also. Okay, so it means that someone who spread the unconditional love, right, and respect, right, yourself, others, you see, considered as a very high level. All right, and then you have gratitude, you have joy. You see, this is a joy is also very interesting. You find that in all our meditation, it's all about getting joys. Through the practice of contemplation of the body, right, you have to experience joy. Yeah? When you come to the contemplation of the mind, of the feeling, you also experience joys. When you come to the contemplation of the mind, you also experience joys. Okay, not only experience joy, but you have to make that joys, okay, accelerate, right? Right? Then only then your mind come to a very concentrated stage. Okay, so you find a different transformation, a different level of cleansing your mind through what? Through joys. No? If we do things with much joys, you find that our life filled with energy, isn't it? If everybody scold you, then your mind become very weak, and then go depression, isn't it? Yeah. Even when we are living in a community like this, we have to make sure that we all having a very good, high level of energy. What is that energy? Joys. At least you have Dhamma joys in your practice, isn't it? Especially when you come to listen to the Dhamma talk, wow, so excited, you see? 不知道是不是这样啦 Yeah, those days in 1980s, during my days in 1980s, those days we don't easily find books, no computer, nothing's like that. When somebody come to give talk, okay, usually we will got very excited because we have been long waiting for this Dhamma talk, and then we don't even sleep well because we eagerly want to listen to that talk, isn't it? That kind of Dhamma joys, yeah. my no, that one doesn't help you. Okay, so the Dhamma choice is very important. It gives you energy, it gives you strength, it gives you inspiration. Okay, so all this require a lot of concentration, a lot of practice of love, the gratitude. You see, so when I look at all this, they are quite very scientific in a way. And then you look at the peace here. I look at the explanation of the peace here. The peace referred to the calmness. Okay, referred to the calmness. Or you can easily make it like your mind is concentrated, stable. Okay, it's not agitated. So you can see that how to reach that peace. You need the training. You need the practice of joy and loving kindness, and the gratitude. Okay, yeah. So anyway, these are all the Western approach lah. But anyway, that also can be applied in our Buddhist teaching also. Okay, but we don't go into the details of it because I believe you have classes on this subject as well. All right. Here, when you talk about the body and mind healing, right? Before coming to the Brahmavihāra, we just prepare yourself. You have the power of sound to bring inner peace and transformation of negative emotion. Okay, this includes 4 protective meditation, mindful breathing, as well as walking meditation. Okay, what are these 4 protective meditation? What are 4 protective meditation? Other than the loving kindness, Brahmavihāra. Okay, then you have the second one is Buddha Anusati. Okay, and then the third one? Asubha, What's that? Asubha, okay. Asubha. And then another one? Marana Anusati, or the contemplation on death. Okay, now we look at these 4 types of meditation. They have their own respective counteragent. For example, the loving kindness meditation is to counteract the anger, isn't it? Right? Then the second one, Buddha Anusati. Fear. Okay lah. Fear lah. Not bad. Fear. Okay, to inspire the confidence. At least you don't have fear, right? And then this Asubha. Asubha means the loathsomeness. Or foulness. Or attractiveness. The loathsomeness. Yeah, the repulsiveness. Countering what? The kind of desire, lust. Okay? Yeah. I don't know whether you have ever attend my Asubha retreat okay? Yeah, we welcome you to join, but this is a very rare opportunity because we have collaborated with Silent Mentor Academic, right? And then they're very kind. They allow us to use these, their silent teacher, silent mentor, right? For our practice of meditation. So first of all, we will have this retreat first. Okay, we will guide them. How to prepare yourself for this Asubha practice, etc., etc. Okay, and to understand the characteristics, the different objects of this Asubha. Okay, that at least you need at least 2-3 days, full days. Okay, then afterwards we will go for this workshop. The workshop include 1 full day at the operating theater, right? Seeing the real corpse. Okay, we call it silent mentor, 老师, 大体老师, okay? To see and we are seeing the real, you have to open up the whole body and see, individual single organs. Okay, so that is a very interesting part. And then another part also, we also practice different stages of decomposition of the body. You find that as the body's decay, right, you will find different stages of the changes of the body. All right, that is also another very, very challenging part for our practice. Yet we are able to see face to face. Not only that, also we can smell also. 好的吗？味道？不能哦。哎呦，按做好嘞。They still have to go through it, but not many people like to attain. Very scared, or even they have that kind of fear, and then they will dream of the nightmare. Yeah. So anyway, but I find it is very, very powerful meditation. Okay, as you practice this, your mind will immediately come into the stillness. Okay, so imagine that when your mind comes into the stillness, right? You have that stillness itself give you a lot of joys. Not because of joy seeing the body, but that kind of joy is derived from the stillness. Okay, and you will start seeing that, you see, our body also eventually like that. You see, and you don't have any clinging, attachment to the body itself. All right, you are letting go of the body. Okay, but doesn't mean that you have to destroy the body. We also love our body for our cultivation, but you don't hang on, to the body, but you practice detach. Or if I ask you, hey, don't hang around now, go and become monk. You have no hesitation, no objection, no hesitation to become monk immediately, isn't it? Whoa. No joy. So.
I saw a few courses in different stages. The first time was
Bhante, I don't know if it's lucky or unlucky, but I saw decaying bodies at different stages. I wasn't in Buddhism at the beginning, the first time, so it was a real shock. I couldn't sleep and all that, and I munta dara, that kind of thing. But the second time I saw a corpse was family members dying, so I was cleaning them up. So when you clean, you got to really clean inside and all that, right? So I saw all that. Again, another shock, because I didn't know it was like that. When you die, it becomes like that, you see. Then the third time is somebody died in my family for 5 days. Was in the house alone, and I had to go and collect the corpse from the mortuary. That one comes with a stench. It's really very shocking. But then I took the
Did
asuba.
you contemplate your body?
Yes, I did.
Eventually, one day also will be like that?
Yeah, immediately. Immediately, I just look at it and say, oh, that's what is going to happen to me. So I went for a course by Seah Susila. Okay. I have actually contemplated going for Asubha meditation a few times, but every time I chicken out. So this time I went last year. Last year, December, I was in Seah Lee's place, and she taught us a way to group the different parts of the body. So it wasn't really hard studying. You sort of group it easily, like water, things like that. And then I had this picture when I was doing it. My brother came into my mind, how the body decayed. Yeah.
Yeah, life is like that, no? But if you join our Asubha retreat, you can see the real one.
Bhante, I've also seen abortion cases, because I work with somebody, a doctor, who is actually doing abortions. And my job was to make sure that the head, the hands, the legs, different parts of the body are all intact. I mean, it's already destroyed, but they use a server to filter out. And I have to make sure every part is there when I fill the document for the government. I was doing part-time work, and yes, that was my early education.
Okay. All right. Okay, now, in brief, what is the time now? Let me see. 才3点多罢了。3点多而已啊。2:30 to 4:30 lah. Okay. Okay, just a very quick look lah. You see, when we talk about this loving kindness, metta, right? This is a standard formula we use. Okay, this is something like a mantra, mantra. Okay, mantra that you can recite on it and contemplate on it, and then you have the translation. All right, and then like I have said, while you are reading this, don't read it, but you can recite it wholeheartedly. Okay, how you want to do this? How you do this? I don't know. There is no standard formula, but I think we are using our Chinese way, because Sri Lanka got Sri Lankan style, Thai got style, Thai, Myanmar got Myanmar style. I think for us Chinese, we have our own Chinese style, isn't it? Isn't it? Huh? I don't know. I don't know what is my style. But anyway, since I'm saying this, I think we have to make our chanting very relevant. Instead of like ahang ave rohomi, tak ada feeling, tak ada rasa langsung, no. Okay, like why people like to listen to Imi Ui, because Imi Ui carry a lot of very melodious, very calming, very soothing, isn't it? Okay, then how about this one? Are you using the Imi Ui chanting or you use your own chanting? Imi Ui 怎么唱好? Another thing is the Pali you have the long and short. Okay, so we have to apply that rule also. Okay. Ahang avero homi abhiya pajo homi anigo homi Suki atanang bari harami. Okay, then you can recite in English. 愿我远离敌意，远离压迫，远离苦恼，愿我守护自己的安乐。May I be free from enmity. May I be free from ill will. May I be free from affliction. May I look after myself with ease. Okay, so I recite like that. Is it okay? Chinese voice okay? Oh, you don't understand, but you prefer the Pali lah. Oh, that one is very Imi Ui one. 那个有 melody 的。I try to skip because if we use melody, then people say we attach to the music. Entertainment, huh? You see, we also our Malaysian Buddhists 真的是macam-macam, huh? Isn't it? When you use this, then people say, you use this, okay? But anyway, I think we try to adopt the middle path, okay? Yeah, so Chinese one more. 你说愿我远离敌意啊？
比较自然呐。
哦，真的。
比较自然哈，听了。
Oh, like that 啊？
他们也，我们在你的道场也是，他们也是很喜欢你的华语的那个占丁的。
哦。
我有听到我那些朋友讲了，是真的。
Oh, okay.
华语的好听。
Yeah, but anyway, what can I do? Because I'm Chinese educated. But anyway, I think we can do like that. We can recite together. First of all, we'll recite first, okay? Instead of, I believe you all understand this metta, karuna, mudita, upeka very well, okay? So I think we use another approach of getting into this practice, okay? At least to let you know that our practice is not just only chanting, but we understand the theoretical background, the scientific quantum physics approach of it, behind, you see, then we understand better, Okay, so as you recite this, you can immediately feel, the immediate, the results of it, the immediate calmness that you can get after chanting. Okay? Okay, so we recite together. Ahang avero homi abhiya pajo homi anigo homi suki atanang pari harami. Okay, ma? Okay, huh? Then we continue. All right. We recite first, the karuna, okay? Yeah, anyway, metta, you know the meaning of metta. Metta means loving kindness, okay? It means that you are wishing someone to be happy, right? And sending, then this is the kind of wishing someone to be happy. Huh? You see, Mahayana, there is one bodhisattva, you call it Maitreya Bodhisattva, Mila Pusa. Mila Pusa and Maitreya Bodhisattva is the, we call it the personalization, personify, is it? Personify of this loving kindness. Because when you teach someone loving kindness, it's very abstract. You see? Very abstract, very abstract, even though before I come here also, because I was asked to give this topic, then instead of teaching you what are these 4 different things, might as well we taught something more practical, more relevant, okay, that directly can be used, right, in your practice. Why not we go into the chanting? Why not we go into the scientific approach of it? Why not we go into the concentration? Why not we go into the joys? So all these things, we look at it, right? And why not we go into this, the energy, right? As we know that, you have low energy, you have high energy, you see. But if we are doing a proper recitation, very mindful, then you can see that as you recite all these things, your mind also got elated. Okay? Yeah, rest to a very high level, isn't it? Okay, so this metta. But Mahayana Maitreya Bodhisattvas, very fat now, huh? Then people look at the Maitreya Bodhisattva, they feel very happy, lah. The smile at you, and then if the thin one, people scared. But fit one, people like you fu bao ma, isn't it? You fu bao ma, huh? So you find that usually the Maitreya Bodhisattvas will sit in front of the temple. Okay, it means that to welcome people. Welcome people. All right, to welcome people to the temple. You see how? By smiling. You see, people get attracted to you because of your smiling, isn't it? People want to be with friends because of your smiling. You find that people with smile can get a lot of friends. People don't smile, no friend. You see, if you look at the six principle of cordiality, the Buddha says, how to keep harmony, peace in our community. Okay, the Buddha lay out 6 principle, 就是六合敬, okay, to maintain, the harmonious living among the sangha, okay, or even the lay people also the same. And the Buddha mentioned three things connected with the metta. Okay, it means that we have to have the speech with metta. Okay, it means that when you speak, you have to speak lovingly. You don't speak with full of anger, speak with full of habits. You see, this is how the temples create a lot of tension, a lot of disputes because we don't know how to talk properly. Habits. Habits. I find these words difficult to translate into English. You know? No. No, it's mixed breath. Zaphe means like your habitual tendency. You know, people have that kind of habits, you see. You know, when they talk also, they talk with that kind of very unpleasant habit. Okay? So you will feel very unpleasant. You know, when you talk to someone with that kind of emotion, that kind of zaphe, you know, the Chinese would say. So find it difficult to translate. How to word? You have any better words for me? No, you know the word zaphe, no? But you don't know how to translate. It's difficult to translate this word. Hokkien. It's so profound. 中文叫习气哈，也 habit 啦 habit 啦 ，ya啦we call it the habit tendency, the habitual tendency 啦，zaphe, okay, but I say a lot of temples create so much problem because of individual zaphe. I think that will also eventually become English words, huh? Zaphe. All right, so yeah, No lah. Yeah. You see, when we talk about the habits, usually it's tainted by greed, anger, delusion, and pride. Okay. All tainted by all these defilements. Okay. Tainted by all these things. Sometimes, you know, people, you know, very bossy, you know, when you talk to him, you felt like to run away from him. You see, because he talks so bossy, you know, that is his zaphe lah. Huh? Ya lah. Each one of us got habit also lah. Got habit also, you see. But the Buddha says, not so good lah habit, so we have to speak lovingly lah, in order to create that kind of very peaceful, harmonious society. Like in our recent Tudong also, we went and then we have the Sangha, our old Sangha lah, you know, our Sangha members together. Usually in a temple, we usually hard to talk to each other because our temple is huge. So whenever we have lunch, and after lunch, all of a sudden everybody disappeared. Very rarely we can, you know, talk to each other, and even when we talk to each other, also they don't see face to face. They don't see each other's. Yeah. Anyway, people just, you know, just like that now. So you can see that if we are living in that kind of environment, and then our mind will become more and more deluded, you know, become more and more passive. You know, we don't find a kind of unity, coherent, satisfaction, not that kind of pleasing. But as we go for Tudong, right, the very first thing I told them that we have to have our mentally, verbally, and then physically, okay, loving, with metta, with loving kindness. And then we can see a lot of transformation. After we apply all these things, you know, we start talking to each other, for example. In fact, we do talk, but this time we talk a lot. Because every day we will call for sharing, okay? And then how they experience, you know, for all these things. And then they also talk, and then they smile, and then they share, you know. You can find the happiness in this, you see. Yeah. So you see, for Buddhism to grow, right? If we want to grow Buddhism, you need to practice loving kindness. So this loving kindness is a must for our practice also. You have to love yourself first before you love others, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. You look at it. May I be free from enmity. Yeah. May I be free from ill will. May I be free from affliction. May I look after myself with ease. Okay. Yeah. So you can, as you recite this, you find your mind so calm, so tender, so peace. Many years ago, now before coming back to Malaysia, right? I was in Hong Kong University. I was teaching, to the undergrad students, the Buddhist psychology. And then, usually teaching in university is very stressful. They have a lot of assignment for you, and then the social engagement, all this kind of thing you have to fulfill, right? And then I started this dialogue with Master. Okay, the session. It means that for people to register online, and then they can meet me face to face, meet me in person. Okay, it means that I will allocate my free time, throughout the week. Let's say like six free slots. Okay, and I will put it to the website, and then for people to enroll. Okay, because many people like to talk to me lah. So they will check my time, which time is available. Then immediately, if the vacancy there, they will immediately register. For every session is one hour. It's long. It's long, yeah. It's very, very tired, I tell you. Okay. Then that is also because of that I decided to come back. Anyway, it's a long story lah. Anyway, it's a long story, but anyway, I encountered one case. There was one lady, who was Catholic Christian. But anyway, she got depression, very severe depression, right? So one day, she was a very powerful lady, a very demanding lady, and very hardworking, very demanding lady, and usually walk up to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, midnight one. So one day, she went back, from the office and then back to her hostel. While opening the gate, I mean, this is what I heard now, While opening the gate, and she saw one lady, 吊颈, hanging, okay, and then die there lah. Okay, then she gone crazy, and then uncontrollable, gone crazy. Yeah, history, is it? Yeah, and then her mother thought probably she has what they call this 那些叫什么呢？哎呀，我也是精神病啊。mental disorder or mental issue like that, and went to see the doctor. The doctor, of course, can't help but to give you the pill, and then she was resting, but doesn't help. Okay. Then again, her mother said probably be haunted by the spirits, and then they asked the father, the Christian, the fathers, or what they call, a pastor. All right, and then to chase away the spirits. They said, yeah, the exercise, the exorcise, and then that also doesn't help. Okay, for that period, already 1 year gone already. But the case, the situation doesn't improve. Doesn't improve much, okay? Then all of a sudden, people recommended her, hey, why not you go and discuss with monk? You see? And then, okay, we made an appointment, but our volunteer is very strong. Yeah? Before meeting me, they usually will interview them first, yeah? To take down all the data, whether these people are really want to see me, take all these records, okay? Then the day to come, she came all the way, from her house, to my temple. I stay in a temple. And then she saw a lot of ghosts. Ghosts. Everybody turned into ghosts. Kooi. Okay? Yeah, the passerby, the passenger or the people or the passenger, everything. Yeah, along the way, ghosts. That isn't a very pleasing view, but ghost views. So she was very, very scared, and then she doesn't want to see anybody, because when you see you also become ghost. I don't know how serious is that, but that's quite serious lah. Anyway, then she talked to me. We met, and then she looked at me also. Guai. I was like, okay. I don't see you. Very serious, very serious, It's not fake one. And then I said in the temple, I said, we had to pass our shrine hall, to go into the small room. We have to more for the private talk, okay? And then she looked at our Buddha statues in front of the shrine hall. They also guai, that has become dai guai. And she cannot see, she has to use the what they call the piece of the handkerchief, to cover and then to hide, very very severe, Oh, I don't know, I don't know what problem with her, Anyway, they want to exorcise, to catch the ghost, but cannot get it, But she was Catholic, not Buddhist. They talk Maya, they don't understand. Satan. That's why they have to get the father or to exorcise, to chase away, but doesn't help, They even went to these Chinese local Taoist masters also to exorcise also. But doesn't help. Okay, but anyway, the situation changed when she saw me. I will start using this loving kindness practice. Okay, of course, after talking to her a lot of things, and then I said, sit down. I can help you. Okay, of course, I had to give her confidence. Then she looked at me. Yes, I want. I said, I can heal you. I can help you. Yeah, she was desperately, you can see her eyes, desperately asking for help. Okay, then I see the chances come already. Then I really put a lot of effort, in my chanting of loving kindness. Not this one. I have many versions. Okay, and that version is a telemed version. We have several versions of the Brahmavihāra version, different version. And then I recite all these things and I ask her, okay, you sit down, you don't need to understand the meaning, but you just listen to my voice. Okay? Just ask her to listen to my voice. And then I was chanting. I spent about half an hour, like Aham, Avera, Homi, all these things. And I spread the loving kindness to our parents, to our brothers, sisters, all these things, And then she was listening until fall asleep. Then fall asleep only about 15 minutes, and I wake her up. I didn't wake her up, but I just meditated there. Then she looked at me immediately, woke up. She said, hey, how long I stayed? I already sleep here. How long already sleep here? I said, 15 minutes. She was like, that 15 minutes is like 1 year. What do you call? 那1年的睡眠. Yeah, she couldn't sleep for 1 year already. And she said that 15 minutes is equivalent to that 1 year sleep, 睡回来了. But anyway, I have confidence because as I recite this, I can see, she relaxed, so much. As listen to the chanting, she felt that kind of relaxation. So that's why I emphasize a lot on this meditation requiring chanting. If you can chant properly, okay, with metta, right, and with good vibration, of course with good sounds, you can really heal, heal the pain of someone. Even when lots of people come to me, when we talk to something, I don't know, usually when I talk, in Hokkien or in Chinese or in Cantonese, they found out my sounds can heal their pain. So 我也是觉得好奇怪。So sound is very important, okay? Sound is very important. But anyway, I guide her. Okay, this is my first stage, and then later on I talk to her because she was a very good devoted Catholic. Then I asked her whether you have any images at home. Then she said, I have Jesus. Okay, I don't know why she had Jesus. Then I said, okay, every morning, evening, before you pray, right, you put a cup of water, clean water, all right, and place in front of that altar. And then you can, I wrote her, some Pali words. I said, you recite this. It's better to give Pali because she doesn't know the Pali. If I give English, then she knows. This is something like a mantra. And then I asked her, okay, you spend some time, okay, recite this and contemplate this. And then towards the end, and then you drink that water. But you drink with mindfulness. You drink quietly. You sip the water and then you can feel, the water, penetrate into the blood. Yeah. And then go into the blood, and then that water, that loving water, spread all around and dilute all your pain. That kind of visualization. Yeah, I'm talking about visualization. You see? Then I asked her to go through all this thing again and again, morning and evening. Surprisingly, after 1 week, all her problems solved. And I have a lot of confidence, and I was so happy because actually this was the most difficult one for me, yet the most successful case for me. So you see the chanting, visualization with proper understanding can really help someone, isn't it? I don't know where those knowledge comes from, but that comes so naturally. You see, because especially when you are seeing someone in front of you, so much pain, in your heart, so much stress, mentally, So we come up, we simply come up with the package for her, and these are all free. If she were to see the doctors, she has to spend a lot of money, to see the psychiatrics. 1 hour, I think, few thousand. We cannot prescribe, no? Yeah lah. Yeah lah. Few thousand, no? Anyway, the loving kindness really helps someone. Okay? So not just only understand the meaning, but I think in action, the method, and the sounds, visualization, so all these things must come in. And then somebody born with good sounds also, I think we should take that advantage also. Yeah. That's why the singer, they can earn a lot of money because they have good voice, good sounds. People spend thousands and thousands just to hear their voice. Yeah. Huh? 是 Good Lord, I know. 不过这些我们就没有了。We don't have all this. Okay, so we recite one and then we move to the second one, metta. Ahang avero homi abhiya pajo homi anigo homi suki atanang parim harami sabem satam alabam pamuchantu ayasa pamuchantu ninda pamuchantu dukkha pamuchantu sabbe satam ladasam patito ma vigachantu ladaya sato ma vigachantu lada pasang sato ma vigachantu lada sukama vigachantu sabbe sadam kama sakam kamadayadam kamayoni kamabandum kamapatisarana yang kama kare sandi kalaya nawa papakangwa dasada yada bhave santi. We look at the karuna. Okay, karuna. What is meaning? Karuna, compassion. Okay. What is compassion? You see, in Mahayana, there is bodhisattvas called Guan Yin, our Lokiteshvara. She or he? She was or he was. But anyway, she can appear in different form. She or he also can. In Mahayana, they say she was a manifestation of the compassion. Okay, that's why she has these, what they call, 瓶子, the, 瓶啊, 甘露瓶啊, what do you call? Vasa. Nectar vasa. VIAL. VIAL. Via. 嗰啲水瓶呢 vasa vasa. 嗰啲水瓶啊，水樽啊 what call? 水樽 putting down like that, to save all the sentient beings. That kind of meaning, the vase. And then they have this, what they call this, 甘露汁, what they call this, they call it 杨枝净水,杨枝, what they call this? No, water also. VIL. Vilo. Oh, Vilo. Vilo. So, okay. So what is that means? Out of compassion for the sentient being. Okay. So when you have anything to ask from her, she was willing to listen to you deeply. Okay. Not even to words to give to you, but after talking to her, you felt so much relieved, isn't it? So if we want to do a good what they call Yeah, psychologist, okay? You want to be a good psychologist, we have to be like Guan Yin also. Don't talk too much. Okay, if you talk too much, very distracting. Especially those people without any good voice. Your talking can be a stress for someone. Okay. Anyway, I think that's quite true, huh? When we listen attentively with our eyes, with our ears, with nose, with tongues, okay, with body, with all of the sensation, listen to them, okay? I believe if you listen to that painful voice, or their sufferings, you can absorb them. And then after talking to them, then they feel so much relief. I mean, this is the immediate results you can get, huh? So we tend to be a Guan Yin lah. Huh? It's okay, even though Theravada don't find Guan Yin, but it's just a manifestation of Karuna, you see? You see, especially when Buddhism spread to China, not many people are educated. You don't talk to them too much teaching, they don't understand. Okay? They don't understand. You ask them to pray to the different deities, they're okay. They will say that they pray to this deity, they get this. They pray to that deity, they want the immediate result. Okay, not like Theravadas, very good at talking. Okay, very abstract teaching. Many people don't understand quite well. Might as well give the immediate result. Okay, you have a lot of pain. Okay, pay to Guan Yin lah. Then you will get the answer. Is it? Oh, yeah lah, ho. Yeah lah. Mary, huh? Yeah, it's quite true. You go to Macau, at the harbor there, you find the Mary. When I look at it, similar to Guan Yin also. The statues, the identity is very similar to Guan Yin, huh? Yeah, this is practice, huh? And then how about this mudita? Appreciative joys, huh? Mudita. What is this? You look at this translation, may all beings not lose their fortune they have rightly acquired, not lose the fame they have rightly acquired, not lose the praise they have rightly acquired, not lose the happiness they have rightfully acquired. Okay, so mean rejoice lah. Rejoice lah. Huh? Rejoice. This was also remind me of our another important teaching of Anumodana. Huh? Anumodana is from Anu and then mood. Mood means to rejoice or to glad at. Okay, Anu means gradually, okay, or continuously, repeatedly, that kind of meaning. Okay, so you see, we appreciate, okay, someone's success. If you come to know someone, who has acquired wealth, okay, we come to them and rejoice at their acquiring wealth, isn't it? But usually people don't do that. They got so much jealous. Okay? So similarly, when someone got datukship, or what you call datin, datuk, you come to them, and then you congratulate, at their acquiring, right, of this fame. Okay, at least that make them happy for a while lah. You see, we expect you see nowadays the social media, especially when you are putting someone, putting something to the Facebook, you're expecting people to like, no? And you will constantly, go back and check how many like altogether. If people whom you know very well but they don't like, you try to kick them out of your group, isn't it? It's quite true, no? Isn't it? No, me. Also.
No. Change the perception. We just give them.
No, we
peace.
We don't go
They
to that
need their
transcendental level yet. We
space.
talk about the mundane level. We go to that mundane level. I think it's quite true. You see, you can see that people are eagerly waiting for all this. You see? Yeah, you don't put the like, afterwards, after some times they unfriend you. Yeah. You can see, this is our human nature. You see, so you have the words like appreciative joys, you see. You really appreciate someone's success when you see someone really successful in their undertaking. So you just really go to them and appreciate their success. Congratulate them. Now today also in the Facebook also you have this happy birthday, like a birthday, someone's birthday, right? Right? People really means it, okay? Matter, right? See how many people congratulate me. Ubo, lu bo me? Anyway, yeah, huh? And Belkin, better don't put lah. Yeah, because I met one devotee. So the devotee asked me. He because last time we were in a group, right? And then another thing also, the social media also create a lot of problems. Nowadays people don't know how to talk properly. Their way of talking is very casual, right? So when they are in the social group, they talk very casually, and then that devotee got so much angry because, he doesn't know how to speak, but the way he talks is very rough and very rude. Then he unfriend. I'm not going to be friend with you anymore because you are so rude. You see, nowadays also people don't know how to talk properly, isn't it? You see, especially in the Facebook, you see, Facebook create a lot of enemy, And not only Facebook, WhatsApp also. Yeah. Ayo, that one, not my age.
Sorry.
Boleh.
TikTok.
TikTok lah. Okay. Then another one. Okay, we sum up lah. Just a short one. Upeka. Of course, you see, once you have this metta, to me, karuna, mudita, upeka, these are the quality comes naturally when you practice this loving kindness. Okay, so among of these four, loving kindness still very important. Okay, but of course, when you come to this upeka, equanimity, this one considered as very highest. You know why? Because especially now, you find that in our community, right? We easily got agitated, right? And our mind is not balanced, okay? And our mind can easily disturb, by someone's praise or the sadness or anything like the emotional attachment, anything's like that. So what the Buddha's teaching to me under this upeka is that when you are seeing someone experiencing their pain, what can you do? Are you going to cry with him or with her? Oh, you know, but it doesn't help. Okay, but doesn't help, isn't it? So what you can do is that the Buddhist belief of the karma, right? We are our own owner of our own karma, right? As we have experienced all this, it's because of our own past karma, and we have to confront with it, right? And then, and we are the heir of our own karma, born of our own karma, related to our karma. Having karma as their refuge, etc. Right? Whatever karma they will do, whether good or bad, of that they will be there. You see, like for example, I think a good example is that if someone scolds you, okay, when someone scolds you, how you want to transform this anger. Of course, ordinary people, when someone scolds you scold back lah. Senang ma. You slap you slap back lah. Fight you fight back lah. You know, that is very straightforward, but doesn't help. But doesn't help, okay? So that requires a lot of wisdom to handle this kind of anger. I think the best wisdom to handle this is through the practice of equanimity. The equanimity. For example, if someone's scolding you, you may think that, oh, 可能我前世欠咗你嘅。咁細啊，多謝你還晒我對你之前嗰啲債啊。When you think like that, when you see, you feel good, isn't it? Isn't it? I have that belief, okay? So when you are seeing someone's success, okay, you also don't need to blame someone. Don't need to get jealous. You keep balanced mind, you know, or probably because they have done so much good deeds. I rejoice at them. You see, all these qualities that come naturally. Okay, I rejoice at them and I'm happy with them, okay, for their success, okay? And my mind still get very, very balanced. No any agitation, still very, 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 very calm. You see, so these are all what we call the supplementary quality when you practice the loving kindness. So I think these are the quality we have to practice. Especially when you come to someone scolding you, you know, of course it's very hard, you know, to digest, you know, that anger. What you can do is through the practice of karma. Karma. So this karma, you know, can transform your anger. Okay, now, 这字怎么全部都变到完了哈？ All right. So under this Mettanisamsa Suttas, okay, talking about, you know, one who practice loving kindness, okay, we are acquired 11 benefits, okay, 11 benefits. You had the Sukkang Supati, Sukkang Pati Bujjati, Na Papakang Supinang Pasati, Manusanang Piyo Hoti, Amanusanang Piyo Hoti, Devata Rakhanti, Nasa Akiwa, Visangwa, Satangwa Kamati, Tuatang Chittang Samadhiyati, Mukhavanno Vipasidati, Asamulho Kalang Karoti, Uttaring Apatik Vijanto, Brahmaloku Pagohoti. You hear the word Brahma. Okay, what is the meaning? If we practice loving kindness, be good to yourself, be good to everyone, and practice loving kindness, practice all these wholesome qualities in your mind, I believed you had good sleep in the night. Don't you think so? Good sleep? Okay? If not, then we have to investigate what's wrong with us. Okay, and then, this is not wake in or wake up comfortably. Okay, when you wake up, okay, you also feel so much strange. Okay, then you have no dreams. Okay, Yamo, got dreams? Huh?
But I don't know what to talk.
Any dreams?
Yeah, sweet dreams.
Oh, like that. Okay lah. You dreams of the Buddha, is it?
Sorry?
You dreams of the Buddha, dream of the Buddha, is it? Sweet dreams?
Oh, no. Sorry. Something sweet, right? But I remember it's something sweet.
But I cannot remember. Cannot recall.
I cannot remember the details.
And then dear to human being, okay? Dear to human being. And dear to non-human being. Okay, what is non-human? Kooi lo. People are afraid of Kooi one. Maybe good to practice loving kindness because the Kooi will come and protect you. Huh? No, here the non-human being, referred to the ground deities, no? The ground deities, you know. When you're talking about the deities, they are not the celestial deities, yeah. So they are these, we call it Bhummata Deva. You know, the deities who live on the ground, You see, surrounding our environment, we have a lot of ground deities. And who are they? They may be like Yaksha and Naga, and then Kumbanda, spirits, okay? And then you have another one, it's called the Gandhabba. Gandhabba means like Fei Tian, you know, the flying dancer. Lady for the lady, and for the man is a musician. That's why you look at these Hindu, you know, they like to, you know, they have a lot of what they call the Gandhabba, you know, the singing deities, or what they call, you know, holding the violin, you know. They are all the deities one. So you see, Buddhists also pray for that, you see. Especially we look at these four Chaturmarajika, four great king, Siddha Tian Wang. These four great kings, they are the lowest, the celestial being, right? And these four kings control these four different classes of deities. Okay? The deities of Yaksha, Yetsa, and the deity of Kumbanda, those what they call the forest spirits or water spirits or this kind of places. And then you have the deities of Nagas, okay? I refer to the snake lah, very scary lah. You see, that's why, you know, we cannot kill them. We don't know. Naga probably refer to them, you know. Though their appearance looks very scary, but they protect us, you know. Yeah. And then you have another one is a Gandhabba, okay, Gandhabba. But don't get confused with another word, Gandhabba, okay, with the mother's womb. Anyway, I have to make a little remark because, you know, a lot of confusion as to the word Gandhabba. You know, this word Gandhabba is a very pre-Buddhist, you know, it is Vedas, you know, the Vedas word, okay? And the Gandhabba, you know, Buddhism adopt this word, okay, and then give a new meaning to it. Especially in one of the suttas, the Buddha says for a life, you know, to be conceptualized. Is it conceptualized? For a new life, right? You need to have three conditions fulfilled, right? One is the season fatality of the mother, right? And then the second one is the fathers and mothers, okay? The sperm and then the ovum. And then the third one, they said the presence of Gandhabba. And of course, we don't get confused with the Gandhabba. In fact, if we are reading the suttas carefully, here the Buddha simply adopt the word Gandhabba to tell you that, you know, these are the teachings found in many other religions. Okay, in the Brahmanism. But to Buddhists, the Gandhabba here simply referred to the karmic forces. Okay, because the Buddha's teaching reject the self-concept. Okay, the permanent entity, right? But for other religions, they have the Gandhabba. Because of Gandhabba, they evolve another important teaching of this antarbhava. You know, the gap in between. Okay, that's why they have 49 days. 49 days. And during these 49 days, they said that a person who passed away, they will reborn as, they will transform into the Gandhabba. And then this Gandhabba will look for, look for a new body, okay? And then they have a special channel, right? A special passage, a channel to go in. Okay, yeah, because they believe the Gandhabba is something very permanent, everlasting entity. Then they have to believe that you know, there is this passage, you know, to go into the mother's womb, something like that, right? So all these things are completely rejected by the Buddhists. You see, the Buddha, even though he used the same term Gandhabba, but he referred that Gandhabba as a karmic energy. It's just only a conventional terms to refer. Okay, it's not necessarily a solid, concrete, you know, everlasting entity. But it's just only a conventional term. So we know that the Buddha, he is very good at using the words that easily understood by the people at his time. And he reinterpreted, like the word of karma. You know the karma? During the Buddha's time, you see, the karma's teachings are popular, especially by those heretics, you see. But their karma is that of the material form, you see. Material form. It means that the soul, right, are tainted by that material karma. That's why their soul cannot floating up because that karma is very heavy. It wet them down. Then they said how to purify their soul. They said they have to go through all this self-mortification. Okay, you have to go through all torturing. Okay, cut this, cut that, cut this, cut that, like that. Okay, torture your body. In that way, they said by torturing your karma, that of material form, can be reduced. Then when you pass away, then your karma become very light, and then can your soul become very light, and then will go to the heaven. Okay, I mean in brief, I just simplified it. Okay, that is their teaching of karma. Of course, Buddhism uses the word same karma, but Buddha give a new meaning. Okay, Buddha said karma is not material, isn't it? Is what they call the karma is your cetana, is your volitional view, is your mental, right? And that mental manifests through the action, through your body, through your speech. Okay, and then left behind the forces. Okay, and all these are volitional act. You see, we talk about volitional is a mental factor, it's one of the mental factors. You see, it's not material. So you can see the difference interpreted by the Buddhists. Okay, yeah. So you see, like even this Chatu Maharajika, all this kind of thing. Sometimes I wonder whether are these all Buddha's teaching or not. You see, because when you come to this cosmology, many of this teaching also you found in their teaching also. Okay. Okay, now you're also talking about the deities also protect him. Okay, and the fire, poison, weapons do not affect him also. Yeah, and his mind is easily concentrated, and the expression of his face is serene. He dies unconfused. If he penetrated no higher, should he not attain full enlightenment in this life, he will be reborn in the Brahma world. Okay, this Brahma world referred to these very high heavenly realms. Okay, it's a meditation. The realms belonging to the Rupa Dhatu. Then another thing is talking about this loving kindness. Okay, loving kindness. You see here, these Karametta suttas, I think most of you know how to chant these suttas very well. They said, it's very straightforward, it's talking about the 15 qualities. 15 qualities one should cultivate, right? If you want to have what they call skill in the good, okay? So you see, the sutta straight by saying that you need to have these 15 qualities. Okay, what are these qualities? You have to be capable, upright, straight, easy to instruct, gentle, free from pride, contented, easily supported, with few duties, living lightly, with peaceful faculties, prudent, not arrogant, without greed, regarding families. Let him not do the slightest thing for which the wise might revolt him. Okay, so these are the 15 qualities. You see, so these are the 15 very wholesome qualities one should cultivate. If we take a few, for example, the capable. What is meant by capable? Capable means you have to be good in the understanding of this practice, isn't it? It's just like when you become an engineer, you have to know, all these engineering studies, isn't it? If you don't know all these things, how can you be an engineer? You see? If you want to be a monk, right? You have to understand the Buddha's teaching, right? Sutta, Vinaya, Abhidhamma, right? At least Sutta and Vinaya. You see? If not, people ask you, what is this, what is that? You don't know how to respond. Then that is not so good, that is not capable, Yeah. So, and upright and straight. So these are the very wholesome qualities. Yeah. Or we can look at one of these is like very gentle, very soft spoken. Okay, very soft spoken. The way you talk, don't be a rascal, right? very soft, soft-spoken, talk politely. And then no pride, and contented also, very, very contented, easily supported also. Don't ask this, ask that. Okay, if you go to the temple, then don't ask too much. Okay. You see, a lot of people come to temple, they regard temple as a hotel. They ask this, why your mattress not good? Not so high? Why so hot? Why no AC? Why the water no hot water? Why cold water? Why the water so small? Ayo, macam-macam. That is very hard to support. Not easily support. Hard to support. So that is not a good quality. So we have to cultivate good qualities. If you go anywhere, if you think you cannot bear with it, then you bring your honor. Very straightforward. Yeah, don't expect temple to give you this. You have to bring yourself. Like nowadays, most of the temples, before you join the retreat, they ask you to bring your own mattress, bring your own bed sheet, or bring your own blanket if you want. Why? Why? No, because they cannot supply. If they supply to you, you make a lot of complaint. So it's better you bring your own, and then when you go back also, you suppose some more and then bring back. Don't leave anything behind because nobody will clean for you. Okay, yeah, so these are the qualities. Yeah, what else? No more already, yeah. Okay, just in brief, I don't know what to say about this because these are very common topic for discussion about this four Brahmavihāras. I don't know which channel should I enter, but I look at from another perspective. Okay, from this the energy, the vibration, about the chanting, about the visualization, about the contemplations. All these things require for our practice. Okay, not just only knowledge. Understand. Oh, I'm very good at this. When people scold you, also you unfriend them. Then that is not the way, lah. That is not the way. Okay, so we have to transform. So these are just only the guideline for us. Wow, so just like you come to the Buddhism, Buddha teaches us like this. You got so much elated. You got so much inspired that you have never heard of this kind of teaching in other places. You would think that this is my first time encountering this precious Dhamma. You see. I think that should be the kind of attitudes we have, Yeah. When I was young time, after Form 3, I like to share people, my past experience, like especially, during 80s, last century 80s, we don't easily get Buddha's Dhamma. At that time, I don't even know K. Sri Dhammananda. If I would know them, I would come here, right? But it's very hard for us to access to any Buddhist resources, Buddhist material, Buddhist books, even the Buddhist, what they call the Dhamma talk, right? Then I whatever the books I have, I will read again and again and again. I regard this book as so much precious, and I will put them very nicely, in my room. And I was very happy. Okay, then when I was Form 3, Form 3, and I told myself, in the books we read now, they said you have to go for a private retreat, retire in the forest for practice this and that. I was so inspired also. I said, why not? We take this opportunity after Form 3, no way to go, right? Then we go to the forest 啦。现在小孩子好像不太要了哈。But those days, I have that courage to go into the forest, and I really practiced. And I spent 2 weeks into the forest. And then I brought my own food stuff, I prepare myself. And I'm very disciplined. I have even one day, 8 hours for my own self-cultivation. And of course, I sleep in the dark. And I was so much rejoiced, but sometimes I scared myself in the night. When the winds come and blow, 归来了, 归来了. I can't help, but yet, I think it's because of the Dhamma, because of that inspiration. You see, especially we come across the Buddha spent 6 years in the forest. You see, he succeeded. Why not we? You see, so why not give it a try? You see, because we have all facilities to protect us. But Buddha's time, he gave up everything, right? But at least we can get the campsite, the barbecue, everything, to the forest. But I did it. At least I can share with you. But of course, you said whether alone in the forest, you don't have scared. You have a lot of scared one, a lot of fear, a lot of worry. Especially when you are asleep in the night, you don't know whether the snake come or not. Then you have to prepare yourself, putting all this, what do you call, liu huang, sulfur. And then, but later I come to know that sulfur doesn't help. That's everything for mine. And then even we make our own. I make my own toilet also. You see. So where it come from all this? I think it's because of the inspiration. Okay, yeah, and this inspiration will give you a lot of 动力, a lot of energy, to push forward. If you succeed, then you have a lot of satisfaction. Okay, if not, then you become a very boring people. Can never get things accomplished in the life, but at least you succeeded. Like now, you have made a firm, promise to become a monk at least for this only 1 week saja. Aiyo, 才几天罢了. Aiyo, anybody wants to stay longer? No? Aiyo. Jialat. What can we do now? You're so weak and so tired. No, I mean, next time when you come and join, you really have to make an effort. I believe you have a lot of inspiration from the Buddha Dharma, not just only come and experience. No, you come and really make it, commit. Yeah, because you have a larger vision to accomplish, to help more people, isn't it? Especially in Malaysia, we really very lack of Buddhist monks. Yeah, we need to produce a lot of local monks to help our local community, especially those of the Chinese community. Yeah, last week I was invited to Nalanda, Wachana. You see, I was asked to give a speech, Then I asked I told them that 要讲什么那种客气话讲来讲去很闷呢like 客气话了Anyway, then I said maybe not lah. If you ask me to give a speech, maybe we have to talk something for people to think about. We throw questions for people to think about. Of course, there's no yes or no answer, but I talk about on the localization of our Buddhism. Okay, instead of in Malaysia, we have Thai Buddhism or Myanmar Buddhism or Sri Lankan Buddhism. Why not in Malaysia? We have our own Malaysian Buddhism. Okay, and that Malaysian Buddhism is integration of all our local Chinese, Siamese, Sai Baba, not Sai Baba, Baba Nyongya. I mean the Sai Babas, Baba Nyongya. You see, why not we combine all these things and make it a very identity, a unique, our Malaysian culture that respected by other people. You see, especially now, after becoming monk for so many years, I still felt that, the monk from other countries, they don't respect us because we don't have the root. You see the Sri Lankan Buddhism, right? When Sri Lankan Buddhism, Ashoka, sent his son and daughter to Sri Lanka, and then he met the king there on Tissa, right? And then the Mahinda told the king, if for Buddhism to grow, take root, right, in Sri Lanka, you have to have a local sons and daughters, right, to become monks and nuns ordained in Sri Lanka, right? Then only the Buddhism will take root in Sri Lanka. Okay, so similarly, right, for our Malaysian Buddhism. So you see, I remember K. Sri Dhammananda spending a lot of time, conducting all these different retreats. He expected, at least some local people, right, came up and take the lead, right, in our local community. So 不要浪费时间在跑了 ，make commitment, okay? Think about it. We still have a few more hours before you destroy. Yeah. Life is short. Okay, life is short. We don't want to go back and hoo-ha with our, the very mundane, the community. We have a high mission to do for the good of the community. Yeah. I mean, this is what we want to do. Like, yeah, we have not finished yet, you see. When I'm talking about this thing, many years ago, I was introducing the Ulambana, introducing the Qingming. You see, when we were young time, we brought up in that kind of Chinese culture. You see, our parents will take us to, the burial graveyard, to sweep the tomb, to pray on ancestors, etc., etc., etc. At that time, we don't know anything about it, but we know that, follow mother lah. Mother want to do this, we just follow lah. But we cannot say anything. I mean, this is our upbringing, right? Now, you see why they follow this, because they regard this as part of a very important practice for them, right? Similarly, when we talk about the Theravada Buddhism, right? Instead of monks coming from Sri Lanka, Thai, Myanmar, having their own Sri Lankan and having their own identity, okay, sometimes you find that many of these practices cannot be appreciated by our local Chinese. You see, like when I first introduced Ulambana, they said that this is Mahayana. Why we Theravada want to introduce this? Then I was like, "You go Mahayana, no. If you say Mahayana, you are also wrong. These are all belonging to Chinese. Mahayana just good at repackaging it." Isn't it? Because of repackaging it, and then a lot of Chinese were drawn to Mahayana. Isn't it? But for Theravada, okay, especially Chinese Theravada, if we are not integrate any of our Buddhism with our own culture practice, people don't come to us. They still think that Buddhism for them is very alien, very foreign. Yeah. Yeah, that's why. Anyway, there is no answer. Anyway, just throw this for you to think about it. So it definitely takes time for Theravada Buddhism. Now, I think in Malaysia, only about how many years? 40, 50 years ago. Only about very, very young history. Very young history. And there are a lot of youngsters now, why they want to come to Theravada. People still go to Mahayana, especially the youngsters. They go to Mahayana because in Mahayana they find a lot of similarity of the Buddhism and the Chinese culture. But for Theravada, either you join Thai or Myanmar or Sri Lanka, but none of this having this Chinese culture. Okay, there's still things that these are all still very foreign, especially when they pass away. Before they pass away, they still play Amitofo. Namo Amitofo. Even for Theravada also. You see why? Because Theravada, we don't have anyone that please them. And now also they adopt the Mahayana. You see? So sometimes when I look at it, ayo, anso ho le. What can we do? What kusala? No, the thing very kusala. Actually, something that they can rely on. Yeah, that they felt comfortable with. Okay. Just example lah. Okay lah, sadhu.